Hello everybody, it's good to be back. So the other day I got a request to make a clay fighter sculpture, to make a how-to video of how I made him, and I thought it would be an interesting idea, and yeah, I thought I'd give it a shot. Tools, I don't know the name of the tools. I just buy sculpting kits and they come with all these pointy stabby things, like this one with a needle and a blade at the other end. This one I use a lot. It's a wooden dowel. That one has a little ball at the end. Wire. This is for the armature of the sculpture. Tin foil. This is used to bulk up the sculpture so you don't use as much clay. A lot of times people ask me what kind of clay I use. I use all types of clay. For this one I'm going to use something called plasticine. It's a clay that never air dries and it always kind of stays plasticky. If you want to make a baking clay, that is called super sculpty, and just look for on the box if it says oven baked clay. Mix them together, make orange. They do make orange clay, but I find this is just a better way to make your own. Blue, which I later find out he has a purple hat. I find that out a little too late after I already made his hat. Okay, so here I'm mixing a little bit of blue with the white. You're going to want to use as little blue as possible because it's always easier to add more blue than it is to take away. Because if you make it too blue, then you're going to have to add more white clay. Okay, next I'm gonna look for an image of bad Mr. Frosty, and okay, I'm not a robot, verifying. Okay, there he is. So I'm just gonna click save this real quick, and what? Okay, let's try this. I forgot to mention, you're also gonna need something to cut the wire with. Here's the crude drawing. I'm measuring up the arms and shoulder length here to the drawing I did. And then I'm cutting the wire. I'm holding the camera up with one hand, filming with the other, so please bear with the filming. And then you can tell he's very top heavy, so he's got little short legs and long arms. The wire and wrap it around, you twist it around the legs to the torso, and I add tin foil to keep the wire in place better, and also to add bulk for the clay to hold on to. And then I'm attaching the shoulders and arms to the chest, looping the top around, and then going to add more tin foil to hold that together once I kind of twist it in place where I want it, using the reference. So I'm going to add a big ball of tin foil because you can see he's very top heavy. So I'm just going to add the big ball of tin foil and attach it to him. Okay, another tool I forgot to mention is this metal thin piece. This is used, comes in most sculpting kits. This is used to cut clay, sharp edges or wedges out of clay. So here I'm adding the bluish white to the bulk of it. You can see I got a pile of kind of bluish white clay in the back. I'm gonna add it to the one I just made. I thought this was enough, but you'll see that I run out quickly. So I'm just decided to add to the legs first. And then I'm adding to the waist. Kind of just crudely throwing clay on there at this point. He is a snowman, so I don't have to go overly detailed. But here is where I run out of clay, and I realize I have to make more with. It's gonna be a pain to match the color with the one I just laid on there. That's why you're always going to want to make a big bulk. Make more than you need, basically. Okay, so now I'm adding more clay to the arms and bulking out the body. You can really see him starting to come together now. So I have to mix more because I keep running out. This is really the most time-consuming part. This will drain you the most. The other stuff is fun when you start to see it look like the character you're making. But I'm using a clay that you don't bake. It just stays soft forever. But if you're making something out of super sculpty or baking type clay, I would suggest you use more tinfoil than I did, because it's going to cost you a lot in materials to make something this size. Even though it's not giant, you're going to run out of clay, and when Okay, so now I'm just sculpting the head. I'm sizing it upright with the body. Right now I'm just getting the general size of the head and the shape. Up to add the teeth and inside of the mouth details. This is leather paint. It's made to paint on leather, but it also can work on a lot of things, like the bottle will say. Usually when you paint on clay, it will dry, depending on the clay, but it'll crack if you move it. But with this stuff, it's latex based, so it has more stretch. Working on the carrot nose here. I actually mess up because I forget to wash my hands and I get orange clay on them. So I have to tear up the spot where I got the orange clay on them. Here I have to pinch off the smallest clay to make the teeth. Just the tiniest amount. Now I'm kind of pretending I'm his dentist by putting in these tiny molars and teeth. Kind of reminds me of that there was this old Play-Doh thing where you would make like teeth out of Play-Doh and you would put them inside the toy's head. Does anyone else remember that toy? So I decided to sculpt the eyes and then paint them on. It just would be, I guess it's easier. Here I start working on a hat, but I look at the reference photo and I realize he has more of a purple hat. So I have to get purple clay instead. You actually can't really make purple. You can take blue and red together, but it won't make the purple that you're probably looking for, because purple is made by chemicals. Purple flowers, but not quite as dark purple as the synthetic color is. Just take like a sharp edge and okay, so here I recorded it, but the video is already long enough. I just basically threw some brown clay over a wire, left a little of the wire exposed so I could put the other part into the soft clay, the metal part, and I actually threw some leather paint over the fingers just so the paint doesn't, or the clay doesn't rub off on the white clay as much. I decided to sculpt the coal buttons on them and then paint them. And here I found a little tool that came with one of my sculpture kits. Is a don't know what you call this thing. Looks like a pipe cleaner, but I found it gave me the texture I was looking for to make the snow. Thank you for suggesting this video idea. Clayfighter is one of my favorite franchises that I wish I would see more these days, but I don't think I'll see that anytime soon. But yeah, thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate it.